I feel like there should be intro music. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Men's Room Live. I am your host, Mark Sparks, who makes his own intro music. And beside me, I have none other than
Ronnie Rowe.
That was awesome.
It was.
Can you do that one more time?
No.
Camera switch, go.
No. Yeah, I know.
That's how you know you're a professional, because you can do that on cue.
Yeah.
Have I seen you on TV?
Once or twice.
Mensroom.tv. Live, you guys have any questions, comments, emails, please send them to live@mensroom.tv. Forget the hash marks, forget the Twitter thing. I know some of you are still doing that. Stop it. Okay, this is like several weeks. I know I was big on the hash mark thing. Let's stop it now, okay? Live@mensroom.tv. That's where you send your questions. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. New Year's was crazy.
Oh! I wish I still have it. Happy. You're not as hype as I am about it.
Yeah, you know.
You burnt your energy on New Year's.
Pretty much.
What'd you do? Didn't read much on Twitter. What went down?
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You know.
No, I don't know.
I can't really disclose.
You said that you were going to give us live feeds on your Twitter page.
No, you said I was.
And whatever it was said, okay. And I was on your Twitter page, and there was one like yo New Year's time type thing. I don't know what you some colloquialism that.
Who speaks like that?
not I, good sir, not I. If you guys aren't already watching the show on our website, which I guess if you're watching the show, you probably already are on the website, but they might be watching it on YouTube.
Right.
Make sure you're commenting under the video. I'm doing this, like there. Comment down there. Make sure you tell your friends. www.mensroom.tv. What'd you say?
It's everybody's crotch.
There's no comments by my crotch. No, man, look, there's a screen. It's like right down there. That's not, my crotch is not down there.
I'm just saying. It looks like you're pointing to your crotch. There's a lot of male viewers here, Mark.
Oh my God, he's a horse. No. Yes, this is true. There's a lot of male viewers. Look, today we have a pretty cool guest. Yeah, I'm not talking to him anymore. Devlin Fox. I just love that name, so I said the whole thing. Dev's going to be coming in with us. Crazy story, great story. He's going to be talking about reality distortion fields. Yeah. It's like a big word.
Yeah. But
it's pretty cool. He has a lot to talk about.
He's a smart guy. But
I really want to hear, I want him to share with us, what he knows, particularly on that subject, because it's kind of crazy how you can make someone follow your rules based on, certain things.
Your energy.
Right, Ronnie?
Yeah. I'm not following your rules, but
well, we're going to follow the rules when the buzzer goes, because you remember that New Year's meeting that we had with Mike? Guys, if you don't cut the buzzer, but he's so quiet and happy when we're filming. Yeah. Mike, what's going on today?
What's happening?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Are you still happy?
I'm still happy. That's the buzzer right there.
Oh, see that?
That's the buzzer. I like that.
Pursuer Retreat. Episode number 4. So we've had a few wild ones, guys. I just wanted, before Ronnie reads it out, let's just put it on record that I have been, guys, thank you for continually voting with me. Appreciate it. I feel like I should run for office.
Can I?
Do what you gotta do,
right.
Man.
All right, Pursuer Retreat. Sucking on toes.
Ooh.
Let's give it to the champion.
No, I'm not a champion. I'm just Charlie Sheen. Winning! I'll tell you what, until I met my girl, I would have said no. However, my girl, she's got some real cute feet. So, I mean, if that was something that she was into, I wouldn't be upset about it. No, yeah. So I'd be, I guess so. Yay.
So, pursue.
Indeed. Cool. And Mr. Rowe, do you agree or disagree with?
We never agree, so I must retreat.
Why?
From the sucking on toes. Because of what I was speaking about last episode, about the dragon foot. Ugly feet scare me in general. So I stay away from putting my mouth anywhere close to toe.
Okay, so what if we back up from sucking on toe to kissing her arch?
Yeah, I do that. There's no problem.
You kiss the arch?
Yeah, for sure.
But would you kiss a toe?
I'll kiss a toe too.
A baby toe or a big toe? Like which one?
Either or. I'd go there.
Both?
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah, I don't know how to do that either.
I was like, yo, you date those women back in the day that used to bind their feet? It was like a size 2. You kiss all at the same time. Oh, wow. So that's it, guys. You know where to get us. Live at mensroom.tv. Comment under the video, which down there.
Mark's crotch for TV viewer.
You know what? My crotch is gonna get a Twitter site. At Mark's crotch. That's what it's gonna be. I'm getting that Twitter site just because you said it. Foolishness.
It won't get a lot of hits.
Hopefully not.
Get it, you know.
Do you remember that video from last week?
Which one?
The dude with 132.
132? Yeah.
I still haven't been able to find out what he does for a living. I think it's women.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Probably.
Okay, so yeah, that's it, man. So hit us up, Pursue a Retreat. Let us know what you think. In the right circumstance, would you suck on toes, kiss feet, or are you gonna be like Ronnie and not be romantic?
Dragonfoot, guys, Dragonfoot.
Yeah. So that's the one. Let us know. Hit us up on site. Hit us up on the YouTube video. We're gonna get out to the story of the rant of the week. So let me tell you what happened. Mike, I beat the buzzer. What? Oh, I love that when I get the buzzer first. It's like a shot. And now I'm back past the buzzer. Dang. So anyways, I was at the club during the holiday season. And was really happy. Some guys, I don't want to say fans, just some cats who watched the show, came over to me and were speaking to me about the show. Mm-hmm. Except we were at the club and they were asking me some deep questions. And I was real appreciative of the thought and the intention behind what they were doing. But I'm there with my lady and we're having a nice little time and the music's playing,
Which club were you at?
Yo, club Don't You Mind My Business, okay? MC Stingray. Right. And no, but I was at the club and these guys were like, yo, man, Mark, love the show. And I was like, cool, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you, when you find a young woman that you want to court, you were thinking about, and this 3-minute conversation, question.
In the club.
I kept on hearing, and you good, you know what I mean? Stop doing that. And then I started to think, this is why we get letters from guys who are like, I'm at the club and I was talking to this girl and she didn't want to talk to me and she was being a bitch or this, that, and the other thing. First of all, if you went over to talk to her and she didn't want to talk to you, she's not a bitch. She just didn't like you. It's okay. It's just a moment. It might not even have been you. It could have been the day. Her shoes could have hurt her. She could have just broken up with her boyfriend. She could have just talked to Ronnie and he didn't want her number. I mean, there's lots of reasons why she didn't want to talk to you. It wasn't necessarily you and she's not necessarily a bitch. So let's just get that out of the way. Anyways, when you go over to a girl in a club, it's not the place to have discourse on some deep subject because she can't hear you and you're just annoying her. I'm not saying I was annoyed, guys. I'm just saying it could be annoying in the right circumstance or the wrong circumstance. Shit, then just don't do it. Don't have conversations in clubs when I can't hear you.
Fair enough.
That's it. I'm done ranting. I'm happy again.
So this is a pretty good rant.
Sometimes, I saved it up. I was happy all holiday season. I had to get it out of me.
Yeah.
Woo! Happy New Year!
Yeah.
What's your 2012 rant?
My rant is yes, people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I will elaborate on that.
Yes.
It's people that feel one way, like they don't like something you do, but still say yes. And I had a female that would do this all the time, and I just couldn't stand it. I would ask her, I'd be like, hey, is it okay if I do this, And she really didn't like what I was asking her, right? But she said, no, it's okay. But then I would come back and hear that she really didn't like what I was doing.
And then would she be mad at you?
Of course. How do I compete?
You don't. Yes.
I can't stand that.
But guys do that too a lot.
That's why I said yes, people.
Yeah, because guys do that a lot. Hey, you guys mind if we go to this place? Yeah. And then you get there and then dudes just be like, yo, this guy chose a stupid place. I don't know why we came here. I don't know why he brings me here all the time.
Don't do that stuff, man. If you don't like something, say you don't like it.
And you could do that in a mature and easy way. You don't got to be dickish about it, right? You can just be like, nah, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. But I'll do it because y'all want to do it.
Right.
But here's the thing. If you say yes about some stuff, don't complain about it after you said yes.
Yeah, while you're doing it or
after
the fact. If you agree to it, then suck it up and be like, okay, cool, I said yes.
Right. And when you talked about, I think it was last week, we talked about the positive, choose the positive.
Yeah.
Even when you're doing something that you don't like, for instance, swimming with stingrays, even if you're doing that with a friend because they want to do it in some random place and, whatever, you went with them because you just wanted to support them.
Not Costa Rica.
Because they don't stingrays there.
Right.
You'd want to swim, while I was in the water, hypothetically I'd be like, man, this is great, even though I thought stingrays was foolishness, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, yes.
Thank you for adding to that.
Anything good happen over the holidays? You meet any new women?
Huh?
I said, did anything good happen over the holidays? Did you meet any new women?
Oh, okay. I thought you would have just.
I sometimes I stumble. I apologize.
I thought
for
you would
my.
have just threw the question away, but it was a good holiday season.
What does that mean? I didn't ask.
It means yes, I met 1 or 2 females. How about you?
No, I have a woman that I'm committed to 100%. So I didn't meet anybody other than her friends.
Oh, nice.
They came to my house. We had a little party. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of little things. You know, it is what it is. So tell me some stories. Let me live vicariously through your life.
Oh, there's nothing too interesting, you know. Dance here and there, a drink being bought, you know smooches. You know.
So you know what I hate? I'm gonna tell you my next rant. Okay, I hate when
you're only allowed one rant.
No, because there's time left on the clock. You see the time? I hate. I
Ah.
think that's where the time is. Oh, there. Wait. There it is. Wait, I want to see if I can touch it. There. Okay, so here's what I hate is when someone has something really interesting, like something hype happened, and you know something big happened, and then they want to come at you and you're like, yo, I heard some things went down at that party. Yo, I heard you were like, you had the helicopter pad, and then next thing you know, there was a waterfall, and I don't know, someone came in the morning. It was like The Hangover, like part 1, not part 2, because part 2 was kind of weak. Yeah. And it's like, yo, like epic, and the person's like, yeah, and then you sit down and say, so what happened? And they're like, yeah, you know, it was nice.
Yeah, I hate that too.
I really dislike when people do that.
Me too.
Yes, I do.
Me too.
So, did you enjoy your holiday season?
Yeah, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
Any good stories?
It's not about me. It's about everybody else watching. So, you know.
Yeah. Mike, we need to talk about getting a lie detector test on this show.
Huh?
I'm done talking to you. Look,
It was good. It was nice. I met people.
all right, just give me a little brief piece of the story. Go.
Oh, the buzzer.
Yo, I hate that buzzer
Went.
sometimes. Taboo topic of the week.
What is it?
Ejaculating before a date, or as you know, some guys before they go out and game.
Like a basketball game or something like that?
If necessary. I think we're talking specifically about going to pick up women. Although I do hear about some athletes ejaculating before a game, it's also a topic.
Can we pick one or the other?
Let's keep it to going to pick up women or on a date.
Yeah, like I don't want to like I'm playing ball and it doesn't go me wanting to ejaculate before I play basketball. Just
Not because of the guys you're playing with.
I'm just saying it just doesn't,
it's okay.
it just I don't see the congruency. It doesn't make sense to me. Sorry.
You look at a picture of somebody you like, or you watch a video that you either bought or made, and you enjoy yourself to release some energy,
Right.
and then you go and play.
No, but you need that energy for the game that you're about to play.
But this is the topic. Is they say some people say that if you ejaculate and you come, you gain energy because all that's like, so if I'm about to go on a date and I bust one, then when I go, I'm not so pegged to actually bust one, so I'm more relaxed.
On a date.
Or I'm going to pick up women. I'm going to the club to get girls. Wouldn't it relax me more?
You're gonna get so excited that you're gonna like shoot it like this nut, like, oh yeah, you're so nice, like
You act like you never watched American Pie. You ever seen American Pie?
oh man, you're so sexy. Like,
Sorry, can I see that again? You see that dinner?
no, I'm gonna say it like.
Or let's take it to another level. You know you're gonna
if you're gonna hit,
yeah, you've been on a
okay,
few dates.
if you know you're gonna hit, then that's different, right?
I don't know what hit means.
Sorry, you're about to have sex. You know you're gonna have sex.
Oh, thank you. That's better.
Is that better?
That's better. Hit. Domestic abuse is never cool.
Wow, but yeah, like I see for that, but like.
But so take that back a step. So if you're gonna go on a date
Yeah.
with a girl where there's a potential that you might sleep with her,
Oh yeah.
would you? So if there's no potential that you weren't gonna sleep with her on a date, would you not?
Yeah, just keep my boys, man.
Would you go on that date though?
Why not?
If there was no potential of you sleeping with her ever?
There's always potential.
So then my question stands. So before you went on the date,
Not necessarily that night, but
Sure.
you're making it marinate for possibly the next date. You know what I mean? You're
100
softening up for the next date.
100%, chef. So pro or con?
To do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has its benefits, I guess. Then, like, yeah.
I personally wouldn't, because it ruins your energy, and you're not keyed up on, and you're not ready to go. You're more too relaxed.
That's fine. Those are your thoughts. We appreciate them.
Well, I mean, so now we're talking about ejaculation, and taboo topic. Mike, where's my echo? I was supposed to have an echo by now.
Topic.
That's
There
what I'm
you
talking
go.
about. See, that guy right there is a professional. That y'all need a production guy like that around you. Premature ejaculation.
Sucks. Straight up.
Yo, you trying to be an adult here? Trying to talk about a taboo subject? You just made like some people feel bad, yo.
Hey, man.
It happens to everybody, almost.
I'm just saying, and that's where you know, getting a pregame warm up is what I call it. Getting that on would help. You know,
So maybe you wouldn't be jumping off so quick if
Yeah.
you just cooled out first.
But I think part of it is just because people get so worked up about, you know, like what's about to happen, or, you know, like it's a nice looking girl, you really like her, like,
Right.
and they get all up in their head, and
Yeah.
it just messes with them.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Honestly, Dave Chappelle is the greatest. He said it the best. And he said, you're talking about premature. He's like, premature ejaculation, there's no such thing. I'm having sex to come. He's like, and Bernie Mac was like, if you didn't get yours, that's your problem. And, he was making a joke about it. But I think it's one of the things that we have to look at as men is there's no such thing as premature ejaculation. It's just, you kind of, you came when you came. And,
like,
it's not over.
You know, you'd be like, oh, I'm coming back, though. I'm coming back, girl.
You don't
watch
even-
out. Watch out for round 2.
You know what that is? That's ego. That's ego.
Yeah, but you know that's what
But
dudes
no,
say. It's like,
but you don't
I'm
need to
coming
say
back
that.
hard.
I don't think that's necessary. You know what? There's so many other ways, man, that we can please a woman that you don't. It doesn't necessarily just have to be with your penis. Like you can use your mouth. You can massage. You have your hands. There's toys. There's so many other things you can do that if you do finish way before she does, you can do other things to please her, and you can talk to her. You can find out. And chances are, if you continue in the mood, continue with the passion, you'll be able to get your soldier back to stance. Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Audience question. Mike, do you have anything good for us today?
Yes, I do. Jason emailed us at live@mensroom.tv.
Jason, thank you.
Yep. And Jason says that he met a girl and she's really super hot, but he doesn't think she's very smart. And he
Aw.
kind of finds that unattractive, and he's wondering if he should stick with it just because she's got a banging body, or whether because he knows it's not going to work in the long term, if she should just bail now.
Ronnie Rowe Jr., would you like to field this one, or shall I?
Please, age before beauty.
Both?
Go ahead.
I was like, he said I was old and ugly. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no
I mean, again, it's always funny. I always say I think people answer their own questions, and even as you read it, Mike, it's like I'm listening to the question, and it's kind of like, you know what you come on, man. I know I don't like her, but should I keep just because she's hot? I think when you start to listen to the noise, your friends say just because she's hot, you should stay with her, but you know it's not going to work. You're wasting both your time, and unfairly so, you're wasting her time. Her heart might be into it, and if yours isn't, it's not fair for you to trudge someone else's heart through dirt just to get, whatever it is you're looking for. I think you can be honest and open and find somebody that you're attracted to on a physical and mental level and have whatever kind of relationship you're looking for, whether it be a physical one only or something more. You said long-term a few times in there, or the connotation of long-term was in there a few times. So I would assume you're looking for something a little bit more than just a one night. And if you are, you probably want to go and invest your time, because why would you want to invest your important time into something that's not going to work? That's what I would say from a coaching type point of view.
No, I agree. There's more than just physical stimulation. There's intellectual and
Right.
mental stimulation. I think that's what helps relationships last. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because that's what will help induce intimacy as well. So I think, yeah, she might be hot, but there's going to come a time when you just can't relate to her anymore because you can't talk to her.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You guys are just on two totally different levels, and if you're looking for long term, I think you know what to do with regards to that, because
Right.
looks go away too, right?
Quick fact. I mean, even when they don't physically go away, the perception of beauty leaves us quickly.
Right.
I mean, you see, there's lots of guys who, I mean, 10s, oh my gosh, she was a 10 when I first met her, and they're tired of being with her after a very short time. And it's not because the girl changed her look, but it's because what he really saw wasn't what he's really seeing.
Right.
And you sound like you're seeing what you already see. So now that being said, if you went on 1 or 2 dates with her,
Have fun.
Right, just enjoy yourself. Like, you don't gotta think long term after date 3. I mean, at the end of the day, she might just be pretending because she thinks you're dumb. Like, it happens sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of smart girls out there, and they hear that guys like dumb girls.
They dumb you down.
Yeah, it's a bad perception that's sold on reality TV, on television, and magazines. So she might be playing a game just to make you feel good. Like, sometimes and that hurts because that checks our ego, right? Like, you gotta go.
Like, oh, am I dumb?
Right. Video critique time. Let's get to it. Hope that answered your question. And if you have any more, live at mensroom.tv.
My name is Furious. What's your name? All right, that's a nice name. All right, so right now, at this moment, the conversation is very fleeting. So she can walk away because she don't know me yet. It's very, very strange, right? I just talked to you out of the blue. It's very weird. She can just walk away, and I don't got the girl. So what you want to do at this point in the conversation, you want to lock yourself into the set so you keep talking. So how we do that is very simple. I shake her hand like this. Look at this. You shake a hand. When you shake the hand, you want to do this. You want to peel the hand away. You put the pressure over here. You do that. That hurts, right?
Yeah.
She ain't going anywhere now. I locked into the set. She's laughing. It's intimacy. It's attraction. Now I can keep talking to her. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, good. She ain't walking nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere. Nowhere. She in pain, but that's okay because it's attractive. And now she ain't going nowhere. I locked in. I can talk as long as I want. I can take her with me. See? I can take her with me. It's like that. Look, look, look. Look, it's going anywhere. It's like a leash. You're creating a leash. See this over here. Look over here. The hand. It's a leash you create for the girl. Not gonna take her anywhere. See, I can even steal her stuff now. Ain't even gonna matter. See, I can even I can take her cell phone over here. That's just a nice cell phone. I can put that in my pocket. She ain't gonna do nothing because she locked into the set. That's pickup. All right? Now give me a kiss. Come on. Come on, kiss. That's how we do.
Okay. Can we show the scared kiss again?
That's hilarious.
Kiss me.
Yeah, please don't hurt me.
Right?
Okay. That's how we do.
Did you see her face? Did you guys take in her face? If you didn't, you're watching this video. It's a video, so you can rewind it. There's like a little, anyways. That was genius.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you lock in girls?
Yeah, man. Just you beat them up. Beat them up. Guys, please don't.
That guy was actually.
Wow.
Right. Let's take that in. I just want you to understand. He is. The gentleman who's doing the video is kidding.
Yeah, most definitely.
He's not serious. So just let's put that disclaimer out there. We don't tolerate violence.
Yeah, no physical violence, especially to women.
Relevance. When you're talking to somebody, they're gonna listen to you if you're relevant to them or not. Period. No matter who you're talking to, locking in, call it being relevant. One of the fastest ways to become relevant to somebody is through physicality. Mm-hmm. Right now, he locked her into a backward wrist hold, or,
yeah.
But you can do that through other more, dare I say, sensual ways of touching. Right. But you become relevant to somebody because you get their attention and you're touching them.
What stood out for me was his use of humor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really drops the defenses. Like when you can make somebody smile and just make them laugh, they're more open to you. And you saw that even though he had her in like an arm bar or whatever, he still had her smiling. And, like she knew that he wasn't threatening. She knew he was joking.
Maybe.
I hope so.
I mean, it's a fine line. It's a dangerous one to play when you kind of, what he's doing, I think he's very good at. And again, we talked about this with 132, as I call him. He was, I want to see you spit water, I was hoping. Congruence, where he believed what he was saying, or he knew what he wanted and he was getting it. And I think in this video we would just watch, as much as he was doing whatever he was doing, he knew he was having fun with it, he knew he was being funny, and that passed on to this random girl that he just picked up on the street and had to, the interaction, as much as it was kind of, she was kind of, whoa, she was still like, oh, okay. I mean, he took her phone at one point. I don't know if we saw that part, but
put it in his pocket.
Right? Like I could take her phone, I could take her stuff, and she was still just like, ha ha. Yeah. She didn't yell for help or anything like that. Right. Yeah, it's an interesting video. Would you?
I wouldn't really do that. I wouldn't use the physicality or anything like that. The humor, yes, but everything else, no, there's not.
I'm saying it's probably a good idea that you wouldn't use the physicality, and I'm not gonna go any further as to why, because I just mean, I want to make the joke, but I can't because we're on television. It's not right.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a guest coming in next. Dev's gonna come in, Devlin Fox.
Yes, sir. That's a wicked name, by the way.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's not the devil in, it's Devlin Fox. Like
Yeah.
this. Let's call him in and see what it is. Yeah. Oh.
Howdy.
Yes, and he brings his own drink. I love that.
Yes, it's green tea if you're curious. And I'll explain it later because there's a reason.
For the green tea?
Yeah.
Or for bringing it yourself?
Well, I mean, I like green tea, obviously, but it's directly proportionate to something that we're going to talk about today. It's a small element of that, and we can get into that later.
I appreciate. Well, we're gonna put later on hold for now, and for now, you're gonna tell us. Well, good to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be here.
Dev, we were just saying. You probably heard. You're. I love that Devlin Fox.
You know, it's funny actually because there's a reason that I chose that name. It's not my real name, as many people will know, and in fact, I wanted to truncate it to just one word. But it didn't seem relevant in the context of how names work and so on and so forth. But most people call me Dev, and it actually stands for development, because I'm a person in a constant state of development, and as such, I take on that identity.
Right.
And so it's a constant reminder whenever I'm around somebody, or somebody calls me, or I see the name or hear the name, that I need to be thinking of that. It's a permanent tattoo, if you will.
Right.
And so I think it's kind of cool. And he mentioned on the fact that it's devil-in as opposed to devil-in.
Right.
And that's always picked up on by ladies. So,
right.
Yeah.
And it's a nice. I like that. I like the development thing, and that's a crazy anchor right there. Like.
Yeah. Well, again, this is one of the things that I might say to people when I first meet them, and it's an excellent way to share a piece of identity, and also they've never heard anything quite like it.
Right.
In the way of somebody analyzing a name, and that is a bigger part of setting what I like to call a reality distortion field, which I think is what we're going to talk about today.
We're definitely going to talk about that.
So yeah.
Well, before we go into that, we're going to put that with later when we get back to now. And tell us, you've had a pretty interesting development thus far. And I mean, you had a company, and then you went on this, you closed up the company for a minute, went on a spiritual journey, and came back to open it up, and then you would never open it.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Fill us in, man. What's up?
Maybe if people want it, it can come back. But as it currently stands, it's closed down. And the reason why, if you don't know the company, it's The Art of Heart, and I initially launched it because I thought that there was a higher bandwidth that people could use to communicate when dating.
Okay.
Things that they could do, things that they could be, things that they could say, and sort of the dynamic that they could create. And I thought, how could somebody become a really, really excellent girlfriend? How could somebody become a really, really excellent boyfriend? And you have one of two options in becoming that. Either you're going to date a shit ton of people, right? And that'll make you an excellent boyfriend or girlfriend. You'll have been through it enough times that you understand it. Or there needs to be some sort of faculty that you can access that can teach the same thing.
Right.
Right. I have all the interest in the world in becoming more and more efficient as a human being, but also in my dealings with a female. And I assume that females have the same. And so the company was created to sort of bridge the gap between the genders and really pull together a sense of connectivity there, authentic connectivity, something genuine.
For real.
Then I was attacked by endless amounts of desperate men who want to know what to say to sleep with women. And you can see how those two things aren't entirely congruent.
They definitely miss each other.
Yeah, and ethical. I'm a pretty ethical guy. Or I like to think. Who knows? I mean, I'm not crazy, but that's
you
what
got your
the crazy person
compass.
says, right? So I shut down the company, and I've still been working behind the scenes with students who I consider to be worthy, if that makes sense. But I try and filter out. Realistically speaking, I'm a one student at a time kind of person. It's a deep change, So anyway, so that's what brings us to now. This is really the first thing that I've done since I've been back in the scene, and so.
Well, fresh, man. We appreciate the.
And sometimes you got to get out and learn some shit about yourself,
For sure.
In anything you're doing, I think it's not sometimes. I think it's a matter of when you need to, and we have to also sometimes schedule appointments with ourselves to be like, hey, let me go take something in about me.
Yeah.
So
I think in order to be the best for somebody else, you have to know who you are. So 100%. I think that's huge.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I maintain the belief that when a woman says, "Be more confident," it's a misnomer. What she's actually saying is, figure out who the fuck you are. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear. Can I swear?
You can swear.
All right. Figure out who the fuck you are, and then be that guy.
I love that he paused and then he came back and then went back to the sentence.
Yeah,
Deep.
but that's what it is. But that's what it is. Figure out who the fuck you are,
Yeah.
and then be that.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what
That's what confidence is.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, I don't have to be an expert at picking up women. I just have to be an expert at me.
Right.
And then I'm excellent at everything.
Right.
I can do business, I can pick up women, and because it's humans, I mean, at the base of all of this, whether you're in business or in seduction or teaching or all that stuff, at the bottom line, it's human with human.
Absolutely.
And so you don't need to be good with anything, you just need to know what this human is, and then you're interconnectable between anything.
Right.
So that's my sort of foundation, is I don't teach people how to be better at picking up, I don't teach people how to be better at business, I teach theoretically, if you were a student coming to me, I wouldn't teach you anything but how to be a better Mark Sparks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the only thing we can be, right? And I think it's, we very much share this similar mindset where it's just like if you are focused on getting your shit straight, it's easy to deal with any of the shit that's thrown at you.
Yeah.
Right? But
you're the one person that you can control.
that's all.
Yeah,
the only
exactly.
thing you can ever control.
You can't control anybody else.
Yeah, I say that is that when you go into a bar, for example, and you're looking to pick up a girl, there are so many variables, or even if you're a female who's looking to meet someone of quality that night, whatever the case may be, there are so many variables in that situation. I mean, you have alcohol, you have people can be high, you can have lights and lasers and drunk friends pulling on their arms, and it's such an uncontrollable battlefield of sorts.
Yeah.
And so what you do as a seducer is you try and eliminate variables by isolating and identifying and countering them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Her friend doesn't like you, that's a variable. In order to counter that, you need to gain rapport with the friend. Obviously, that's just how it works. It's a science. But if you don't know yourself, then there's a shit ton of variables in here
that you still have to.
that you still have to
You
address.
can't even deal with.
But when you know
Right.
yourself, it's like
You
it
can
takes
deal with them.
50% of the variables out of a two-person equation.
Right.
That's huge.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it starts with knowing yourself. You know?
I like that.
When you know yourself, the only thing you have to be worried about is what you're going to do to her, like spiritually and mentally and emotionally and physically.
Right.
You don't need to worry about anything that she's going to give you because you're ready to handle it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's that type of goal is figuring yourself out. Very hard.
Well,
Very hard.
it's definitely, a lifelong journey and something that we have to continually chase, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't say chase. It's something that we have to continue to work on.
Yes.
Develop, or
Develop.
dev, if you will.
Dun, 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 if you will. Reality distortion field. I think we're talking a little bit about that in circle right now. We're kind of really talking about creating a state, some rules where okay, this is how I deal. So if you're going to deal with me, this is kind of what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Thing.
In simple terms, what a reality distortion field is. Okay, it's already too late. If you're watching at home, you're probably going to see. You guys are seeing now. I make a lot of hand gestures and movements, but they're very calculated, right? I always refer to me like this. I always refer to connection like this. And these are patterns. This is patterns that will revolve and interchange and work with each other. And so that's something that always happens, and I can put it to the side.
Right.
You can see it now that I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
So that's an element. But what reality distortion fields are little sort of make-believe, like force fields, if you will, or auras, or whatever you want to call them,
Sure.
that exist outside of a person.
Right.
And certain people have them.
Like the gentleman on the video that we saw.
He absolutely has a reality distortion field, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you're in that field, only his rules, as governed by the social construct, are the ones that apply.
Right.
For example, if I'm a police officer, part of my reality distortion field is that when a police officer stops me for speeding, it's probably not going to be a big deal. That's a reality
Right.
for police officers. If I'm Steve Jobs, I have my own reality distortion field. If I'm Kanye West, I have my own reality distortion field.
Right.
And what it is it's an impenetrable wall of rules that govern how you interact with that person. I'll put it in a simpler way that we can all easily understand. You're different talking to your mother than you are talking to your enemy.
Right.
Because they have their own fields.
Right.
Right? And so you sort of shift and mold and change yours in order to interact with them. So what a reality distortion field is, to me, as somebody who has one, is being uniquely different and interesting enough and so surreal in some ways that the typical conditions of men and women dating don't apply anymore.
Okay. So I mean, first off, let's say what would you qualify as typical conditions?
Okay. I can kiss a girl, generally speaking, at any point I want, whether it's 5 minutes or 30 seconds in.
Sure.
I can do it without saying anything. Yogi's seen some of this shit. and it's because immediately through my nonverbal communication, I'm not posing as a suitor. I'm not posing as a guy who wants to pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already, in a sense, dating her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's the field that I put out. And so for her to be in my little reality, that's just something that's going to happen.
Is it fair to say that these fields stem from confidence?
They do, but they more so stem from a mastery of oneself on a physical representation kind of way. Like, I'll give you an example. Here are some wacky things, and in no way do I say that these things make me a better seducer, if you will.
Right.
But they're kind of wacky. I have this going on the table. I don't know if you have a wide and you can see that you guys have water. That's different. I'm drinking something different than you.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be drinking something different, right? As another thing, I don't wear socks. I'm against socks. I'm not going to give you the rationale for that one. But anyways, I'm very calculated with my movements in the way that I use my hand gestures. I'm not, a lot of people just talk, you know, and they don't think about what they're saying. And they're going too fast, or they're not in control of their words, and they're like, oh, no, I mean this and this and
Right.
those types of things. I'm very calculated with what I say and what I do, and so everything that comes out of this manifestation, this physical reality,
Mm-hmm.
is designed for the recipient. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's something that's awesome. When you can custom mold
For the recipient.
for the recipient, yeah. But to do that, you need to know yourself.
Right.
You know
and
what I
my
mean?
pause would be there, but when you start to deliver everything for the recipient, when your interaction becomes, and this is the devil's advocate, when your interaction becomes scientific in nature,
Mm-hmm.
and then you lose the art of human relation.
And that's a very valid point, is that things should never be unnecessarily deconstructed.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
And
because,
things,
right.
we're humans, right? We want to be organic, we want to be
Yeah.
natural flowing, we want to, every time you deconstruct something, it brings it down in the emotional
realm.
realm.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so when you're looking at something and you're like, yeah, that's delicious, it's so delicious, it makes me feel wonderful, well, that's great. I might drink it and say, well, that's because of the aspartame and whatever this and this, and very scientific, right?
Mhm.
What is the better platform? It's hard to say. And so I think you need to have both.
Right.
You need to understand the organic, but you also need to be able to break down things scientifically.
Right.
For when you're feeling something and that emotion perhaps blinds you. Like, Jesus, that girl's got huge tits, and I want them, and I can't see that she's going to break my heart because she's exhibiting those characteristics.
Sure.
Kind of thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's a bit of a wild example, but you'll get the idea.
And don't totally understand. I mean, it's, I look at the kid in Santa.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the kid in Christmas. I mean, we just passed and watching a little dude go at Christmas versus the adult. And I know that you got me this present and you went to a store and bought this for me because you knew I wanted it. So it's still it's exciting, but it's not the same.
Mhm.
And I think that's what I just wanted to touch on is
Yeah. Well, I think you hit on something that's ultimately a very dangerous thing that people who get into the social sciences of self-development need to assess.
right,
I think
and that's right.
yeah.
That's a fear. I mean, with any sort of science.
Yeah.
Man, our time-
And this is a really big topic, and I know we don't have a lot of time, so what's required is just, if you Google reality distortion fields, there's already a lot of interesting things on it.
Right.
Nothing in the way of self-development, but
Just understand it.
studying people that have them.
Right.
Because that's an excellent resource that people can look at.
Man, we're gonna have to get you back because that was dope, man.
Cool.
Dev, much
Thanks.
appreciated.
Cheers. Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right.
Take your different drinking. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Aspartame and
Get your aspartame drink out of here. No, that was deep, man. That was deep. I appreciate development. That's a dope day.
yeah. Very calculated dude, man.
Yeah, man. It's I think there's a lot of science, and I mean, we touched on it. There's a lot to learn, and anytime we sit down and discuss the science, you want to make sure you're finding the art and finding your own spontaneity and stuff, and not just trying to calculate. I think that's a lot of times with self-development that we can get caught up in. I know studying NLP, that was a big thing for me. It stepped back was like, man, every interaction now becomes science, and it's having no fun anymore.
Yeah. Balance is key.
1 foot. I'm sitting down. Oh,
Yeah.
how to approach anxiety. I was just remembering last week's how to. I was like, whew,
Yeah.
I'm not prepared. More? I was like, Mike, did we do this anal thing already? I can't talk about this no more. I got yelled at it when I got home. I can't believe you told it. No, I'm just kidding. Overcoming anxiety or approaching anxiety. It's a big one. I know guys will talk to you about that. How do I overcome approach anxiety? I want to talk to more girls. How do I overcome approach anxiety? Any thoughts? Before I give them my little...
I think what we were talking about in just with the interview with Dev was like confidence in knowing yourself, you know, and knowing that you're enough. I think that's one of the big issues with a lot of people when they're going through things is that they don't think they're good enough. Like, you know, there's all this self-judgment. So like when you get over that, it's a lot easier to just be like, whatever.
Right.
You know, you can go up to somebody and be like, well, I'm not going to die if she doesn't give me her number or something like that. So
Very true. Approach anxiety is definitely something where you have to know yourself, and that's huge. And you said confidence, and kind of it is what it is. I like to say, you know, you definitely want to get a lot of approaches in. That'll help you get rid of a lot of anxiety.
Repetition.
When you practice. Yeah, repetition will definitely help you out. One of the things I like to teach guys is anchoring. I'll give you guys a quick anchoring tip. If you don't know what it is, you can look it up online. Anchoring, as it refers to in state management, not the other kind. Basically, you want to be able to find something that you do. I'm going to show a physical anchor. So find something that you do that you don't necessarily do all the time. So if you always do this, you don't want to make this your anchor. You might want to make wrapping your hand around. You might want to make this your physical anchor. Okay, so this is going to be your physical anchor. What I want you to do is think of a time where we're talking about confidence.
Yeah.
Think about a time when you've been most confident. Think about a time when you had confidence. I want you to close your eyes and feel that time. Like, you know, you were, you know, whether it was you hit that game-winning shot or that time you got that number, you walked up in the club and you were in that jacket and you looked all good and girls were at you and whatever the case may be. You're going to get to that moment in time. And when you start to think about that feeling, you start getting that feeling. I want you to wrap that around and you're going to just tie that into this physical motion. And every time you start to feel that confidence, you know, you're in a game, you hit a shot, do that again, do that motion, because what you're going to do is to start to really anchor that when I do this physiologically, I feel confident. And then every time you go to approach a girl, before you do it, you might want to do this. Now, you might want to make it something smaller because this might seem a little too big. You might do something like this. You might do something like this, but it has to be the same thing over and over. You want to anchor that emotion to a physical thing that you do. And you want to keep doing that, and you'll find that that'll help you with your confidence when you're getting through approach anxiety. That's a quick anchoring tip. If you want more, come check out the seminar. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Yeah, I do plugs from time to time. Online dating teardown. Mike, I told you to change it. It's not a teardown. It's just what it is. It's online dating. We're going to look and see. You know what's funny to me is guys still haven't figured out who I am.
awareness.
Yeah, they can't be aware. So we're going to read some. So I haven't changed my picture yet. We're going to read some of these. We got 2 responses today. Ronnie, you tell me what these ones say. Hey, name of my person who I'm not telling you. Love what you said. I totally agree with you. Period. Hit me up and we can talk. Phone number. Guy's name.
Oh.
How should I respond to this guy as Marquina?
Marquina? He's gonna fall into a category of a guy that doesn't really want to get to know you. Like, you know, he's just said, here, this is me, my number, call me. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, he didn't touch on anything that you had in your profile.
Right. Well, he said that. He loved what I said.
What did you say?
I don't know, but he loved it.
Well, exactly.
Huh.
Well, but...
He totally agreed, too.
But part of good communication is repeating, right?
Right.
So if you say something and I regurgitate that and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, so blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to repeat what you just said to me to let you know that I know what you said.
Right.
But he didn't do that.
Right.
And I think if he just listed maybe something or said something along those lines, it would have made it a little bit better.
Right.
Before he said, okay, yeah, here's my number, call me.
Yeah. I mean, you just said it, communication, message sent, message received, you know, reply sent, reply received, and that's kind of that circle of communication. And he hasn't shown me that he received anything that I sent out. I always look at it when someone was this willing to give out their number to somebody who they just saw half a picture of with no face in a pharmaceutical aisle. I still don't know how guys are sending Like, yo, she's standing in a pharmaceutical aisle.
What is she
buying?
What is she getting over there?
Right, like, oh man. Especially after last week's 132 episode.
Like I told you, I wouldn't even shake that guy's hand.
Yo, I'd be like, hey, we're gonna naps from across the room. Anytime someone's willing to give up their number this quickly, what it really says to me is how valuable do they hold themselves? Like, in what regard do they hold themselves? Like, if I'm willing to give myself out that easily, you know, with no qualification, with no, hey, who are you? What do you do? Where do I stand on my own level of importance?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or how much do I care about my own well-being?
Self-worth, yeah.
Yeah, you know, because I think letting anybody into your circle is I don't know, it's dangerous. So I mean, guys, don't give out your phone number before you qualify and you have a conversation and you feel like, hey, you know, this person is worth my time. Because if someone's not worth your time, why do you want to spend your time on them?
And you're basing all of this on a picture.
With no face.
Yeah, you have no idea what this girl's about, if she's crazy or what. So.
If she's even a girl.
Yeah. Well, obviously not in this case.
Oh, this is great. I'm sorry, guys. We're doing this for learning. We're not doing this to be cruel. This is for learning.
Partially. No, I'm kidding.
No. The cruel part is the running with the bulls. Second floor. Howdy.
Or the figure skating.
Yo, figure skating's big time. Howdy. Yo, I love that they opened up with howdy.
Yeah.
That's big.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's big. I don't usually do this, but I figured I'd message you, seeing as we're both beautiful people. You have a number?
Yo, first of all, that I don't usually do this line.
That's a lie.
Yeah, oh man, anytime I hear that, I'm just like,
I don't usually do this, but liar.
I'm just like, okay, okay, forget it.
You're a pro at this.
I just throw it out.
I don't usually pick locks, but yeah, that's what you see in the movies. Yeah, how'd you get in here so easy? I don't usually do this. It's a bad. I don't usually do this. Yeah. And then, but after I don't usually do this, I don't usually do this. But
how many girls have said that to you? Oh yeah, you're
girls don't say those things to me. No.
Okay.
Girls don't say those things to me
anymore.
I don't usually do this, but I figured I'd message you, seeing as we're both beautiful people. You have a number. Now, see, I figured we'd do this because we're both beautiful people. I don't have a problem with that in and of itself.
Confidence.
If he had maybe rolled that into, I was, a little bit more of a lighthearted jokingness.
Yeah.
I think it always pays to knock yourself and let someone else build you up a little bit, as opposed to building yourself up and then having someone else knock you down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're both beautiful people. No, you're not. Like, you don't want to set yourself. I just don't think you want to set yourself up for that. Also, if you really are confident and you really think you're a beautiful person,
you don't need to say it.
Right. You know what I mean? And that's that's the person who wrote this profile throwing stuff from wherever. I hate you. You have a number. That was the last sentence that they put.
Yeah.
Yes, I do, but you're not gonna get it, guys. Someone figure out who I am. I want someone to write me a letter like, Mark, I know this is you. Stop it. Stop messing with my life. Bucket list. Hey, Mike, you got a bucket list?
I do have a bucket list.
You do have a bucket list. Well, we see you over there giggling at us all the time and making fun of people because we have our... What's something on your bucket list? Good and faithful sir.
You know what? I would like to go in a submarine, like in the ocean.
Word?
Yeah, like on a real submarine adventure. Like not like a tour, but like a...
Like to bomb something.
Yeah, well,
Like Hunt for Red October kind of thing?
He went, yeah, I mean, no. If you go in that sub, well, why? Like, just want to maybe, because you saw it as a kid, because you did it once and you want to do it again?
Yeah, it looks cool. The other thing I want to do is I want to learn how to fly jets. I would love to fly a jet at one point.
You should have been in the army.
I thought there's like a military theme going on.
Yeah, you should have been in the army or something.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to fire guns too.
Yeah. After the show, we can go down to my car.
Now I just don't feel comfortable around Mike anymore. I think I'm playing. I love it. Man.
But why don't you feel comfortable? He wants to fly the jet. You want to jump out of them.
I think when you're a kid, though, you watch a lot of war movies, and you kind of...
Yeah, I wanted to be a sniper in the Panama Canal, and I told the teacher that in grade 7. They're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, a sniper in the Panama Canal.
Mosquitoes would be really bad there.
Yeah, well, I said that to a teacher, and they put me in the office, and then they put me in different watches for a little while. It was different.
Yeah. Looking at shapes.
What do you see here? What does this blotch look like, Mark? It looks like death.
Blood?
I started messing with them and be like, looks like death in the valley. And
after I shot the guy in his head, yeah.
Oh, I had a good time. Yeah, Mike, you got a real... I feel like we need to go to you more often with this right here.
That was a good one.
Yeah, no, I really am going to leave here with you, though, when we're done. Mike, I'm not staying with Mike at the show. You know, I was like, hey, Mark, come look at this. No, I'm good, Mike. I gotta go. Ronnie, what's your bucket list? That's I like that. The submarine I'm in, especially if you go by sharks.
I want to go streaking down the strip on Vegas.
Yo, we can do that right here. We can do that after the show.
That's not Las Vegas, man.
Yo, it's Los Torontoides.
It's very cold here.
I'll get you a thermal piece for the first that matters.
Like, woo! No way, man. Are you crazy? But yeah.
You want to streak in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yo, we can make that happen. Yeah. Mike.
It's easy, too, because the alcohol is so abundant there. That,
And you can drink in the streets
you
in
wouldn't even
Vegas.
care. Oh, man.
Oh, I'm going to, I like this right here. On my bucket list is to film Ronnie streaking in Vegas.
Let's do it live in Vegas.
All right, people, here's where it's going to go, and let's watch.
Hey, man, you got to do it. You only live once, right?
Hey, man, that's big. I appreciate that.
You have to do like a Will Ferrell, like we're going streaking in the quad.
Oh,
kinda,
Yes, you got to go run in the club. Yeah, and get him to do it in the club. Let's do this. Let's set this up for real. You have to go in the club. Like I'll get you the mic. You're like, woo, everybody, we're going streaking, and then run out, and and no one will follow you except the camera.
I'll think about it.
No, don't think.
I'll think about it.
Don't think. All right, spontaneous act.
I'll do it.
Yo, do we have that on tape? I'll do it. Oh, I love that.
Wait, you got the look away on tape as well. The look away.
What do you?
It's all there. It's all there. It's all there. Trust me.
Yo, that's my bucket list thing for today. Is I'm gonna film you.
That's no fun.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Officer,
man.
can I come? No, come on, officer, let me come.
Oh boy, enjoying my pain. That's so nice.
So you think when they throw you in jail, are they gonna give? They don't give out clothes in jail, do they? Like when you go for the night, they just throw you in, don't they? Generally, they just throw you in. So they they throw you in naked.
No idea.
Yo, I'm filming that. That's my My bucket list is to watch. Yes.
Thanks.
Pursue a retreat. Oh, I can't wait for this. Pursue a retreat. Yo, you're gonna do it. I love this. Pursue a retreat winner. Mike, do we have the numbers in?
We have the numbers, and it's very clearly a retreat on this one.
What was the Pursue a retreat?
Second on toes.
Oh,
Hold on. I got a W? Oh, victory is sweet.
even losers win once.
Hey, man.
So it was a big lopsided slalom, eh?
It was.
Well, I feel you. I believe that too. I agree with the retreat until I told you I'm very case specific to one person.
You're tap dancing.
I'm not
backwards.
that.
Tap dancing. Thank you, guys. Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah, don't we have to go? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't. My girl doesn't have dragon feet like yours do.
Okay, I think that's what did it for me. By me saying dragon feet, people are like, oh yeah, nasty, yeah.
They remember last.
You gotta plug those. You gotta plug those little things, man.
I'm just stop dating girls with dragon feet.
Okay. Sure. Or just don't suck toes.
New Year's resolution 2012.
Don't suck toes. I'm there. I'm with it.
No, don't.
I'm with it. I'm with it. No sucking toes.
When
Thanks,
their toenails are longer than your shoes, don't do it.
Cutting through their.
What are those? Oh, nothing.
That's scary.
What's the date today? Is January 5th? 4th? 5th? 5th? 4th? 4th.
Yeah.
So what's 4 plus 7?
Get back to me on that one.
Okay. Well, we'll see you guys in 4 plus 7. That's next Wednesday. Everyone's like, what the best part is? People will be like, when you say what's 4 plus 7, people are acting like they're at home, they're like,
Yeah, like, hold on.
and then after they count it, they're like, 11, guy. Come on, you don't know 11. I didn't hear anyone yelling right away, right? Everyone does that. Where you're like, yo, do this. They're like,
And you know why? Because people don't want to be wrong.
Right.
'Cause it's like,
right? And then they'll just be wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're back here January 11th.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I feel like, Jordan. Jordan's coming through, right?
He is.
Yeah, I'm not saying his name because Jordan's funny, yo.
All right. I'm excited.
You seem it.
Can't you tell?
Yeah, it's apparent. January 11th, we have Jordan in the men's room live. If you have any questions, comments, experiences you'd like to share, situations, questions. I probably said questions twice.
Yeah, it's okay.
But lots of questions come in. Live at mensroom.tv. Twitter, at mensroomtv, at Ronnie Rowe Jr. That's 2 N's. Junior is spelled J-R, because I keep getting cusses. How come I can't find Junior, J-U? I'm like, J-R, man, J-R. No dot.
I've never had that complaint, but anyway.
It's Ronnie with one N. Yeah, for those of you who are looking for Ronnie with one N, the model Ronnie no longer exists. There's only the real Ronnie, so there's two N's now. Hit us up on Facebook. Make sure you like our page.
This come from Mr. Calvin Klein, Man of Steel over here?
Yo, my name was never Mark with no R.
Oh, my goodness,
my name's Mark, no R. Nah.
Oh, my gosh. Mark with a C, man. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm just going to share this. So Ronnie during his modeling days, not too long ago, decided to, like, while he was in Milan or something, decided that he was going to be fresh. And so he had like this new hairdo, and he came back and he had his new name was Ronnie with one N.
Oh man, it's so true. It's yeah.
The best was anytime you tried to email him or stuff, people would be like, I'd say, email him, it's Ronnie Rowe, and they'd be like R-O, and I'd spell R-O-N-I-E, and everyone would be like, yo, why is this Mark guy can't spell? It's two N's.
Yeah.
So it's now Ronnie Rowe Jr. with two N's.
With two N's, thank you.
At Twitter. That's it, man. Make sure you hit us up, like us on Facebook, send your questions in. I ain't got nothing else to say. You got something for them?
No. Love you all.
Toodles. I had a handkerchief. We'll see you guys next week.
Men's room.